Hello students, in this video we are starting with a new chapter, that is classes and objects. In your 9th standard you have come across with the OOPS concept, where real life concepts are implemented in the programming language, that is in Java. So we are learning about the OOPS concept. Mainly today we are concentrating on a class, object and encapsulation. Polymorphism is the concept which we have come across with the function chapter, where method overloading is implemented through, that is the polymorphism concept is implemented in Java through method overloading, that we have discussed in the last chapter. Abstraction, the definition of inheritance, abstraction, all these OOPS concept definition you have come across already in your 9th standard while learning procedural oriented language and object oriented programming language, the introduction when you started with that. But still we come across with these things later, but time being we are mainly concentrating on classes, objects and encapsulation. The chapter I have given as classes and objects. If you see your textbook, you have a two separate chapter, that is introducing classes, and one more chapter is about the concepts of object, that is in your textbook it is given as first two chapters. But I combined those two and I have made it as one single topic, classes and object, because both the things go, it's interrelated, I can say. It goes together, class, objects, which goes together. The program what you are writing, to write the program, what is required or what is you need to know about the class and object, only that much you concentrated. But in this chapter we are learning in detail about the class, object, encapsulation, and there are many terms we come across here, and the definitions, everything you need to write or you need to learn as it is. So the concept of object and class are, as I said, it is interrelated, and we cannot sufficiently talk about the object without referring to an class. So though classes and objects are very much interrelated, but still there are important differences between these two, which you need to know about, that where object is a real or realistic, you can say, or but class is just a representation of only an abstraction, or I can say it is a blueprint or a template. You will learn when I give you an example about the class and object. So we will go with these are all the OOPS concept I have indicated here. OOPS stands for object oriented programming. Here these are all the OOPS concept where you need to know about the classes, objects, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and you need to know the definitions of each and every OOPS concepts here. We will come across with each and everything one by one. So let us take first what is class and then objects. Once you are thorough with that, then we will learn what exactly encapsulations are. So class, a blueprint or a template, represent a set of objects that share common characteristics and behavior. So let me give you one example of a building, where you have to make a, suppose you want to construct a building, where you make a plan of a building. Plan what you make is nothing but a blueprint, or it's a template, once where it defines about the details of the hall, kitchen, room, staircase, floor, doors, etc. So based on this plan, what you make a plan, it is just an imaginary or just a template what you make. Then you construct a building based on this plan. So the building what you construct is the real entity, it's a realistic. So the building is nothing but an object. So house is an object, house is an object, where the plan what you make to build the house is nothing but a class. So class is nothing but a blueprint or a template. The very first line, you can understand the definition now. Class is nothing but a blueprint or a template. It just defines how the objects are, how it will be. It just defines. So it is just a template or a blueprint. Then class is going to represent the set of objects that share common characteristics and behavior. Now once you make a plan, you can build many houses of the same plan. You can, once you make a plan, then many houses of that particular plan can be constructed. So it is nothing but here the class where is going to represent the set of, that is set of objects with some characteristics and behavior. So many objects of that particular class can be created. Similar to that, still more, I'll give you two more examples so that still if you have a doubt that will be clarified with some more examples. Let me take four-wheeler as a class. So class, as I said, it just defines. It is not the real existence. It will define how the four-wheelers are. What are the characteristics and behavior? Characteristics are nothing but the state or attributes of an object. Then what is the behavior means how exactly it acts, how it behaves. So object of this particular four-wheeler class has got a color, gear. So four-wheeler, if you take an object, so color, it has got gear, length, width, number of seat or number of gear or whatever you can say. All these are characteristics of an object. Then behavior of this four-wheeler is you can start the engine, you can stop the engine, you can take a reverse, and you can accelerating, halting. All these are nothing but behavior of an object. Similar to that, let me take one more example to make the concept of class still more clear to you. Writing tool. I'll take one writing tool as a class. So if you take a pen, pencil, chalk or anything, if you take writing tool, it has got a color, the color of writing, the color. So this object has got a characteristics, a color and length, and behavior is it allows you to write. So that is what the class is. So class represents a set of objects that share a common characteristics and behavior, and it is just a blueprint or a template. It just defines. There is no real existence of that. So once you take an object, as I said, both class and object which goes together, there is a interlink, or you can say both are interrelated. Object, when we talk, object is a real instance of a class. It is a real existence of what class you define. So first line you have to write for an object, very important. The definition has to be as it is. Object is an instance of a class. It is an identifiable entity with some specific characteristics and specific behavior. Characteristics, as I said, it is nothing but a state or attributes of a object. So it's an identifiable entity with some specific characteristics and behavior. Object have characteristic and behavior. Let us take how we understood the class with an example. Similar to that, let me also give you some example about the object so that you will understand what exactly an objects are. So let me take one chair as an object. So here chair is an object. So what are the characteristics of the chair? So it has got legs, it has got a back to rest, may or may not have a or. So this is nothing but the state or characteristics of a chair. Then behavior is it allows you to sit on it. That is the behavior of this chair. Now if you think chair as an object, then which category it belongs to? So chair is a object which belongs to a furniture class. We can say like that. Similarly, if I take one example of Creta car as an object, then what are the states? It belongs to a, now I can tell you, this belongs to four-wheeler class. Just now I gave you example of one class example, four-wheeler. Now Creta car is an object. As I said, object is nothing but realistic, which is real entity. So it has got some size, color, number of wheel, gear, everything. You can, what you define in a class, you can see the real existence in an object. It is an identifiable entity. So Creta car, if I take, it has got a color, four wheels, number of gear, all these are the nothing but the characteristics of a car. Then behavior is you can apply brake, accelerating, changing the gear, halting, reversing, all these are behavior of an object. Let me take lamp as an object. So here on or off, which is nothing but the characteristic, whatever I mentioned as state, which is nothing but characteristics of an object. Behavior is you can turn on the lamp, you can turn off the lamp, which is an action here. All whenever I give you behavior, which is nothing but the action, the behavior of an object. Similar to that, chalk. Just now I gave you a class example as a writing tool. So chalk belongs to a writing tool class. So here white color, it is nothing but the characteristic of an object. Behavior is it will allow you to write. So this is the real entity of a class which is a writing tool. So this belongs to, even if I take pen, Pen also belongs to your writing tool class. Then if you take pencil, pencil also belongs to your writing tool class. So let me summarize. A class is user defined blueprint or a prototype from which objects are created. It represents a set of properties or methods that are common to all objects of one type. All objects of one type. As I said, now chalk, pen, pencil, all this belongs to a one particular class, which is nothing but writing tool. Now I have taken Creta car. You can take some of the different Innova, Wagoner, different cars, you can say, all that belongs to a four-wheeler class. So how do we implement this class and object? Now what we are discussing is about the real life concept. Now the question is how we are going to implement this real life concept in Java programming. Because as Java is based on the OOPS concept, whatever we have in real life, the concept, many times we come across with the class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, all these are real life concepts, and these concepts are implemented in Java for some purpose. Now how this has been implemented in Java? Suppose now class, object, whatever we discussed so far is everything is about the real life concept. Now how we are going to implement this in a programming? So implementing this object. So our aim is to implement real world object in the form of a software object. So how we are going to implement? Even if you create in software also, the object what you create, that also will be having a characteristics and behavior. A software object also have characteristics, which is nothing but the state of an object, and also a behavior. In programming, this line is very important, you all should learn this. The characteristics of an object is implemented through variables or data items. Variables, you know, this word is not a new to you, variables all of you know, or the one more alternative name for that is data item. Now the programming, the style of writing for this classes and object, there is a slight change between the programs what you are writing all these days and with the classes and object. Here the variable, how you take, where exactly you take, inside the class you take a set of variables, and those variables we call as a data item, or one more name is also called instance variable. I'll tell you why these names are used. There is a different style, a different way of writing a program, but the concept is very easy to understand. Once you understand, writing the program is too easy. So characteristics of an object is implemented in programming through variables or data items, and the behavior of an object is implemented through functions or methods. All of you are thorough with by this time, method or function. So one method or function which represents the behavior of an object. So this is how object characteristics and behaviors are implemented in the programming language. How it is, let us take one example so that you will understand that. Let me give you an example of the class what I gave you just now, a four-wheeler class. If you take an example of a four-wheeler class, I have mentioned here four-wheeler, nothing but a class. Forget about the programming. First we will understand what are its characteristics and behavior in a real world. So in real world, the characteristics, which is nothing but the state of an object or attributes we call, all these are the different terms what we call here. It has got a color. Any four-wheeler you take, it has got a color, gear, wheel, length, width, so many are there. And behavior is what? You can start the engine, changing the gear, accelerating, halting, you can take a reverse, only few I mentioned here. So all these are the behavior of any four-wheeler you take. How we are going to implement this? So here characteristics and behavior. So four-wheeler is one class which represents the characteristics and behavior of a four-wheeler. How it is? Now we are going to implement this in a programming. This characteristics is implemented through a data member or an instance variable, which is nothing but a variables here. Similarly, behavior is implemented through a method. That is how we implement in a software, that is in programming. Now here four-wheeler, when I take this as a class, how do we create object? As we said, it class is just a blueprint or a template. It just defines, not the real existence. Now if I create object, I have taken here Creta, Wagoner, Innova, all these are nothing but objects. Now you take any of this object, each object, all these objects belongs to your four-wheeler class, and each object has got a color, gear, wheel, length, all this. Similarly, if you take Wagoner, even the Wagoner also has got a color, even gear, length, all this. So all objects which is nothing but which shares the common characteristics and behavior. So class represents a set of objects that share common characteristics and behavior. When you take an object, object is an identifiable entity with specific characteristics and behavior. Here we use a word specific characteristics and behavior because each object has got its own color, its own features. Now color may be different, a Creta car color may be different from the Wagoner, may be different from Innova, something like that. So this is how implemented through software. So if we take one example, one more example, let me take a writing tool. Just now I gave you while explaining writing tool also. If I take an example of a writing tool characteristics or state or attributes are color and size, behavior is it allows you to write. So this is a class and this is implemented through data member or a variable or instance variables. Behavior we implement through method here. If I take pen, pencil, chalk, all these are objects that belongs to a writing tool class. Just now I said each object has got a specific characteristics and behavior. Now you see here pen color is blue, size is 8, pencil grey and size is 10, color of the chalk is white and size is 5. So with the specific, but though it has got a common characteristics and behavior, but each has got a specific, its own characteristics. I mean to say its own color of this color and size. So each has got its own copy of the variables or what exactly instance variable what we are creating here, and behavior is each object will allow you to write. So it's a common. Writing tool represents a set of objects that share common characteristics and behavior, and each object has got a specific characteristics and behavior. So all these are objects. So by this you are very much clear with what is a class and what is an object, and how we are going to implement this in a programming with the word data member, or by taking a variable we represent the characteristics. By using a method we represent the behavior of an object. Let me take one example and make you to understand what is the word we are using here, instance variable. If you see this example here, I am calling data member or instance variables. Here if you see the values here, color, size I mentioned, each object has got its own color, its own size. Means the data member are created for every object. Each object has got its own copy of a variable. So that is the word we use, that is the reason we use a word here, instance variable. The variables defined inside a class are known as instance variables. When an object is created, it is called instance of a class. When an object is created, it is called an instance of the class. For each instance, we can take here, when an object is created, it is called instance. Object is an instance of a class. Each instance has got its own copy of the variables. Now here color and size, its own copy for pen, color and size its own copy for pencil, color and size its own copy for chalk. So those variables we call it as instance variable. The color, that's what I mentioned just now, are created for every object. The color and size variables are created for every object. That is the reason we call these data members are also with the name instance variables. We also call it as instance variable. Here you can see that we call this as an instance variable as it is created for every object of a class. Each object has got its own copy of a data member, which is nothing but instance variables. So with this we will understand one more word or terms here. Class is also called an object factory. This is very important. It was asked in one of the time, it was asked in the board examination also, why class is called an object factory. Just like a real life factory where a blueprint is made, and based on which it produces a mini replica of that blueprint what has been created, which is nothing but we call it as a product. So similar to that, class is also called a object maker or a object factory. It contains all the statement you need to create an object, means its characteristics and behavior, so that all statements need to describe the operation of the object, what exactly is going to perform. So using a class, objects can be created. So using a class, multiple objects can be created, hence a class is called object factory. This is very important. Once you create a class, of that particular class, any number of objects can be created. Similarly, now you are thorough with class and object. Now we will understand why we are learning about the encapsulation. To start with the program, these three are important: class, object and encapsulation. Encapsulation, let us understand in real world what is it, then we will understand how it is implemented in the programming. Encapsulation is nothing but condition of being enclosed, as in a single, that is in a capsule. Just think of a capsule, which is a tablet or a medicine. Capsules, you have seen that. So where different medicines are put together, and we call that as a capsules. So what is that? Condition of being enclosed. Different medicines are put together and they call it as a capsules. Similarly, this has been implemented in the programming, that is encapsulation in Java. What is it? Let us understand. The wrapping up of data and functions in a single unit called a class. So wrapping up of data, which is nothing but a characteristics, and function, which is nothing but behavior, into a single unit called class. If you see that the container, same thing, I took an example, that encapsulation. So where variables and methods are put together in a single unit called class. So class encapsulates this variables and method. So this is how encapsulation is implemented in Java. The whole idea of encapsulation is to hide the implementation details from the user. Why we are developing like this? Here the main purpose of this type of programming is to secure the data. So where we are going to hide the information from the user. If a data member, means these variables, later you will learn how to give the accessibility restriction for these variables. There is a separate chapter. When you come to that, you will be understanding about that. I am just giving you an intro about that. So if you make a data member, means the instance variable as a private, it cannot be accessed. It can be accessed only within the same class. No outside class, no other class can able to access this. So where you are going to, by making use of this, where you are going to implement the data hiding concept. That is the reason here we need to know about the encapsulation. So with the Java encapsulation, you can hide, means you can restrict the access to the critical data members in your code, which is the important one, which you don't want to share with the others. So where you want to secure your data, so in that case you can make use of this encapsulation, which improves the security. That is the main thing where we go with this style of programming. Practically when we are developing any software or anything, so where we have to take care of all these things. So let us, with this background, let us see how we are going to define a class in Java. So all these are real world, and theoretically we understood how it is implemented, all that. Let us take one example and we try to implement one program where how we are going to implement this class, and that is how we are going to create a object also. I have taken one example of a writing tool class where I am going to create an object, pen, pencil, chalk, something like this. So writing tool class I have taken for the example to explain what is a class, how it is going to define the characteristics and behavior, and how each object has got its own characteristics and its own behavior, as I said, the instance variables. The syntax of this, when you are developing this class and object in a programming, syntax goes like this. You have to start with the class followed by a class name. Inside that only immediately you are going to write the variables. As I said, There is a different style of writing this variety programming I told you. So here in the beginning only you write the data member or instance variable. Inside the class itself we start. But all these days if you think of your program, normally you start with the class, immediately a method. Within the method you try to declare all the variables. But whereas in this variety programs, you start with the class, immediately you write the variables, and those variables are nothing but, we call it as a data member. Be clear with the term here, students. You cannot change the name and you cannot use something else here. We call those variable which we declare inside the class as data member or instance variables. Then we write the method, and these methods operate on these variables. So this is what the syntax of the class, how we are going to implement that real life concept of class and object. So let us take one example and we will try to understand. So let me start with the example program by taking writing tool. If you see here, class followed by class name, that is the syntax it is giving. I have taken the class name with the name writing tool, and inside that we have taken data member or instance variable as color. I have not taken much here. I have kept the program very simple. I have taken only one variable color. Let us see how this program is working. If you want extra variables, you can keep on adding with this extra lines. You can keep on, suppose if you want to take a size, you can take integer size or length, whatever it is, you can take extra variables also. So inside, if you observe here, inside the class immediately I have taken a variable. After that I am writing one method here. This method I have given, that is, this method is nothing but setter method. The name I am calling as, we are calling as a setter method. The name is called setter method because a set method is taking one argument variable as color, and that variable value, the what value it is getting, that value will be assigned to the instance variable color. Instance variable means this one. This variable is assigned with the argument variable color here. When I execute, you will understand what exactly the values will be set with this color. So this is an argument variable, and as you all know, the scope of this variable is only limited to this particular block only. Whereas string color, we started with the class here and the class will get over here. So the scope of color variable is throughout the class. The entire class, anywhere you will be able to access this variable. All of you studied variable scope as a program area within which a variable can be accessed. The color variable is declared inside the class. Throughout the class, anywhere you will be able to access this variable color. Whereas a string color, that is COL, it is an argument variable which is received as an argument for the set method. The scope of this variable is limited to the set method itself. Outside the method, the color variable, that is COL variable, is not available. Then I have written one more method by name writing. There we are going to print the value of this instance variable color. So what value we are setting here? That value, we are just giving a message writing in color. What variable has been set with the color, that color will be displayed here. So one simple program just to understand what is a class, how we are going to create an object, and also you can make out here class is encapsulating a data member and member method. So inside a class we are writing the data member or instance variable and also member method. Two member method we have written. So member method and instance variables are put together in a single class. Class name writing tool, which is nothing but encapsulation. So let us see this program, how we are creating. The same program I just copied and pasted here. Let me delete this. This is just to check out. I just kept the things ready. Let me only show you how exactly we are creating. Same program, there is nothing much change here. Writing tool, we have taken one instance variable and a setter method which is going to set the variable color here, and writing method where it is going to display the value of this variable. So we have one instance variable and two member method. So this member method will operate on this color. So let me compile. Then we will create an object now. Right click on this, click on new writing tool. So here when you click on this, it is asking you to, you can observe here the title is given as creating object, It is statement to create an object here. Name of the instance, it is nothing but here it is asking you what is the name of the object. Let me give the name as pen. Now pen is an object of type writing tool. Now you will understand the real concept of an object and the class. You can see the change in the screen. You can see here writing tool is a class name, pen is an object. Let me right click here. You can see you have two member method, one is set and one more is writing. So let me set the color of this pen as blue. That is what the string argument. It is taking the color variable. The set method is taking one variable COL, which is nothing but the string type data. I have given that as blue. So once you give the color variable as blue, the instance variable color will be set with this color, and when you click on, now no output, set method just will set the instance variable with the given value. That's all it is doing, set method. And if you click on writing, writing method is going to display the content of the color. Now I'll click on this. You can see writing in color blue. Now the same thing, once again I create one more object, new writing tool. Now it is asking, let me take it as pencil. Name of the object is nothing but pencil. See the change on a screen. Writing tool, object name is pencil. Right click now. Set method, I'll give the color as gray. Click on OK. Right click. Click on writing. If you see, though both the objects belongs to the same class, but each one has got its own copy of a color. It's one is printing in gray, one is printing in blue, something like that. Again I click on, right click on this new writing tool. I give the object name, third object, chalk. Chalk also belongs to a writing tool class. Right click here, set. You can set any color. Normally white only we use, so let me give it as white chalk color. I click on OK. Now right click, writing. You can observe here pen, if I click on, because already set has been set, we have set the value of the color for each and every object. Now if I click on printing, pen is printing in blue. If I click on pencil, it is printing in gray, and if you print on chalk, it is printing in white color. So each object has got its own copy of color. That is why the name is called here instance variable. Each object has got its own value. Now here if you can observe, each object has got its own copy of the variable color. That is the reason we call the name as instance variable. It is created for every object. So when set method is called with respect to the first object, the color of that object has been set with blue. Second time when we call the set method, the color of that object has been set with gray. When I call for the third time, chalk, with the chalk when I call the set method, the color of that particular chalk object has been set with white. And also you can understand here, one thing you understood, encapsulation also here. Data member and member methods are put together in a single unit called class. You can see the starting of the class here and we are ending, and this class is encapsulating data member and member method, that is encapsulation. And once you design a class, any number of object of that particular class can be produced, and hence a class is called producer of object or object factory. So with this, the concept of how we create a class, how we create an object, you all understood. And this is what the example program, and this is the explanation of that. What we have done is, now here writing tool we created, and we created 3 objects, and each object has got its own the color, and here I can give here instead of blue, there let me make it as white here. That is what the data what we gave. This is a white color, and the next one is pen color is blue, something like this. So this is what we have done for today's class, and let me come with some more extra programs, why we write such type of program, what is the actual use of this variety program, all that I'll give you the information in the next video. So in the next video I'll come out with extra programs, and also we will be knowing in detail about the creation of an object. We learned now how do we create object. We will also learn how do we write a instruction, Java instruction, to create the object, how do we access the data member method, all that we are going to learn or we are going to discuss in the next video. Please study this and come for the next class, students. Thank you.